Hey everyone, in today's video we have an ex-Bungie dev roasting Halo Infinite. So Hardy LaBelle, who worked on Halo 1 and Halo 2, says the intentions of arena shooters today are the opposite of the original Halo multiplayer. Halo's current problem is conflicted intentions. I'm pretty sure somebody who played competitive Quake would laugh at the notion of Halo as an arena shooter. It's not as tight or sweaty as those games, by design. If folks were put off by settling in on the couch to play a few games because it was too hard, in my opinion, I failed. After reading so many posts by past Bungie devs, they all have one thing in common. The number one objective they had was the game had to be fun. Nothing about ultra strict skill-based matchmaking, nothing about microtransactions. It was just about building a game that people would enjoy. And this isn't just a Halo thing. The whole gaming scene in general has been commercialized, monetized in every single way, so it isn't a uniquely Halo issue, but the broader gaming scene as a whole. Hardy goes on to talk about the vehicles, and he says in several ways. For one, integrating vehicles is one of the most overlooked innovations in the game, but players no longer need vehicles, they have a grappling hook. Now I love the grapple hook in Halo Infinite, I think it's awesome fun, but with BTB vehicles especially, the map's too small to accommodate a lot of vehicles, and even now, with the amount of vehicles that are on the maps, I really struggle to take out multiple tanks and a wasp, and we end up getting absolutely thrashed. This is partly because the random weapon pads make it very hard to predict which weapons are going to be available. If I have a Hydra, great, I can take out vehicles, but if it's a Ravager, that makes it very hard. This also applies to the grenades. Sometimes it's a dynamo grenade, other times it's a plasma grenade. Moving on to the next point, Hardy LaBelle goes on to say, what is the central theme of Halo? My answer would be humanity is outgunned by a technologically superior hostile enemy. Our only chance to survive lies in the hands of rare warriors who can do things nobody else can do. Halo is a military sci-fi story about survival and sacrifice in the face of overwhelming odds. This is where it gets good. Nobody in the military is going to add bullshit charms to their weapons like they are teenagers' cell phones. And a course sure as hell would allow soldiers to dress in silly motocross armor, anodized in rainbow colors. These are conventions added for microtransactions, and run directly counter to the core themes of the fiction. Halo has turned into a bloated fanfic of what made the IP resonant in the first place. Now, one of the things I really love about Halo Infinite is its art style. There's so many amazing looking armors. Some of the armor looks fantastic. Some of the best I have seen in the series to date. But he is also right when he says that 343 by design has made a system to encourage microtransactions to make as much money as possible. They're a business after all. It's interesting to read. I personally thought it was the lack of key features that we've expected from every single past Halo title. The game as a whole looks pretty good, but when I ask people who are outside the Halo community, the very first thing they say is, isn't that the game with the terrible microtransactions? Pushing for these microtransactions is a major downfall. If you create a game that is complete with all the features, the bells and whistles you would expect from a Halo game, your microtransactions would sell anyway. Hardy finally says, and I'll put the picture up on screen he's talking about, this is a perfect example. Why would any futuristic military organization allow their troops to wear something like this? Assault rifle bullets travel at supersonic speeds and ricochet when they hit surfaces. This guy is begging to catch stray bullets. Now this breaks off into saying, should the game be hyper-realistic, or can people have fun with their creations and their armors? And this debate even happened with Halo MCC Season 8, with all of the Nordic, Loki and Thor armor that released. And a lot of people said, this isn't Halo, why are you doing this? Other people said, this looks awesome, put it in the game. I've always felt that more customization is good, as long as you have the basics there already. Halo MCC is really good in the way that you can actually turn off the wacky armor, if you so choose, to respect that legacy feel. From what I've observed, people really enjoy customizing their Spartans in really unique ways. And if that's something they love, then that's good enough for me. I'm all for Halo evolving, but it is very interesting to see how much the original design decisions that were made back in Halo 1 and Halo 2, and how much they've changed to Halo Infinite today. That's going to wrap it up for today's video, guys. I guess the question should be, what do you think of Hardy's tweets? Do you like that Halo Infinite gives you lots of options to customize your armor beyond what was possible, say 10 years ago? Do you like the Fractures armors? Where do you draw the line? How far can 343 go before you say, alright, that's a bit silly? I look forward to reading your comments. But thank you guys for watching, hopefully you all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.